And I am here with Jesse LawTank Hynes and Derek Doc Jarvis. I just want to call you Doc Jarvis because I still refuse to refer to you as Derek. Um, so I'm going to go ahead and give a few minutes to let everybody get into the stream here. And then we're going to be talking about some Townstar nodes. Is that right, LawTank?
I don't know what I'm doing here, honestly.
I don't know. Who
Who
invited
brought
the
me in here?
lawyer? Did you invite the lawyer, Doc?
I figured that we need to make sure we don't have too many crazy leaks in here, so we can just shut down the stream.
He is a fun sponge, absolute fun sponge. Let me make sure that we're streaming correctly because I'm
Breaks my
getting
heart.
a little bit of warning from Restream about why does it say offline? It shouldn't say offline. Let's see. Is it online? Okay, it says we're online. It says we're online, but I am getting bitrate warnings and things are not loading. So let's drop into the Founders Node channel in the Gala Games Discord at galagames.chat and let's see what's going on. Can people hear us? Can people see us? Is this working? Is this thing even on?
BitBender is typing.
I should probably go post the announcement that says that we're doing the thing.
Yeah, people are probably not paying any attention.
People are, though. Some
You got a
people
thumbs
are.
up.
Got a
Got a
thumbs
thumbs
up.
up.
Oh man, I just saw the new image inside the announcements channel. Burn baby burn with the pink engineer. That is cold.
Yeah, it's sick.
Cold. Okay.
I feel so alone in here.
You're not alone.
You mean in the cave?
In the cave,
Yeah.
in the Discord, where I'm not even sure if people know that we're doing this. They're just reacting to Jason because he says something.
Maybe they know I'm here and they don't want to come anymore because I'm going to stop all the fun stuff.
You're gonna stop all the fun. You do that all the time. I don't know why you do that. Okay. Send now. Publish. There we go. Let's see. Let's see if that wakes people up. And then I'm going to go drop it in gold as well. It's gold.
Gold is best.
I like gold people. They're fun. Damn it. I hate it when I forget to tag everyone. Okay.
Got audio. I think 5 minutes read is saying we don't have audio.
We don't have audio. We should have audio.
That's a nice robot voice coming through, though.
No audio?
Jesse Hynes. I think maybe someone's muted.
I hope not.
What's up, Doc? Oh,
No.
just looking homeless. That's mainly what's up for me.
Why did you just go straight to looking homeless? You don't look homeless. You have like a side
ragged.
part, kind of.
Yeah,
This is not a
got a
homeless,
little bit of that going.
not a homeless thing here. Okay, in the Founders Node channel, everyone can hear us. Yes, we are here. Oh, there we go. Robot voice sounds good. When is the Townstar node? Jesse the goat. You are a goat, Jesse. Which I
Thank you.
believe
I appreciate
stands
it.
for greatest of all time.
Oh, I just thought I liked to
Bro.
eat grass. That's what I thought it was.
Well, I knew that too. Okay, guys, so we're here to hang out with you guys, answer questions about Townstar nodes. A lot of you have read the FAQ. A lot of you have had some talk and conversation in Discord. And this is something you're pretty excited about. There's only 400 of these things in the first drop. That's a pretty cool thing. And some of them are going to the founders nodes, assuming that the vote continues through and finishes out. What time does that finish, Jesse? Why did Jesse go away?
He's hiding.
Why are you hiding, Jesse?
Hey, sorry, I just have to move because the second I set up, somebody decided they were going to go outside my window and make a lot of noise.
Oh,
So I'm moving in my house right now.
Okay.
It's supposed to end tonight at like 9 or 10-ish. Well, that's my time Eastern.
9
I had
and
to look
10-ish,
back.
unimportant time. Okay.
A couple of hours.
So in a
What's
few
this,
hours,
7 p.m.
I think a
PST?
few hours, not so much a couple, but a few hours from now, the vote will be ending. And assuming it doesn't go the other way, there's going to be some cool Townstar nodes out there, and some of them are going to go to the Founders Node Network. So does anyone have any questions?
I'll answer Dig Dug's. And say
Answer
that-
Dig Dug's. Let's
that one's
read
in the
out
back.
Dig Dug's for everybody.
How is the number of 400 initial Townstar nodes reached? And that was a commonly asked question before we did any of this, and that's in the fact. And it's 10% of the daily active earners. So we look at how many people are actively playing and earning in Townstar. We take that number, multiply it by 10%, and that came up to about 400 for the initial batch.
Okay, very
Hey
good.
Doc, just to add to that, it's an up to 400. So we're not saying that there's 400 daily earners. We're releasing up to 400.
Well, there's more than 400 daily earners.
Sorry, we're not
for
saying
sure.
4,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's up to 10% though. It could
Yeah.
be 2%, could be 5%, could be 10%. It's up to 10%.
Right.
Okay. Cool.
There you go.
Ominous dark.
The Carrie Allen is jumping in. What other questions do you guys have? Will Farmbot have anything to do with Townstar nodes? John T asks. Initially, no. I don't think that those are going. There's going to be any work between those. But don't worry, there is cool stuff coming for Farmbots.
Is the town node resellable? No.
There you go. When will you release the node ETA? Any comments on that, either of you?
Well, we have to wait for the vote to finish first, which
There you go.
at the current 96% is looking pretty good. Sorry, I'm looking at Hotspot asking if you have audio. Yeah, so after that, I think we're going to have a follow-up blog post that gives lots of those details. So we have plans, we have ideas. I will wait for LawTank to return to tell me if we can say the timeline I'm thinking.
Sorry, I'm struggling over here, just trying to find a new place.
It's like a horror movie. Red lights coming on and off.
What was the question? I missed it because I've been trying to move.
What is the ETA? And I've already said that it depends after the node vote, no matter what. And I think I know a time based on the result of the node vote, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it. Am I allowed to say it?
No, so the way that it's going to work is we're actually going to we're going to notify both the gold announcement channel and the node owner announcement channel 24 hours before the sale goes live. We're going to let them know the exact time. And then when it actually goes live, everyone else is going to know at that moment. So if you're in gold or you're a node owner, you're going to have 24 hours notice of when it's going to go live. That's all we can say right now.
Did you just switch to a Spider-Man suit? There's a lot of people saying that you're wearing a full red bodysuit. Did you just go change on us?
It's because he flickered on for a second all red and it looked quite horror movie.
Or
yeah, no, it's not
he's wearing his like stretchy Spider-Man outfit.
It's not that. I'm going to try to find another place in the house though so I can turn my camera back on.
It could be that. I have no evidence whatsoever that is not the case.
Other questions?
How do you work out the amount of Townstar tokens distributed? Is that based on the number of players, nodes, etc.? So the number of Townstar tokens distributed is based on the number of NFTs that are being played and have qualified for earning. So it's a very straightforward calculation. That's literally it. And then there's a set percentage of those that is determined by the number of nodes online in the previous day, founders nodes online in the previous day, that determines the percentage of those that go to the founders nodes, and then the further percentage that may go to the Townstar nodes. Is the town sinks and burn mechanics in play? Town nodes will introduce more supply. What can we expect with inflation? Who knows what you can expect in terms of that? But the amount that the increase in tokens is quite small in comparison to the overall ecosystem. There are town sinks and not burn mechanisms, but definitely sinks in place that we anticipate will deal with this without any sort of difficulty. And obviously that's always an evolving situation too, and it will get much easier on Gala chain when it's not an ERC20 where you have to have some like god awful, terrible transaction fee every time you want to do something.
Yeah, and Jason, correct me if I'm wrong, but founders nodes approximately right now are about 4% of the additional supply each day.
Correct.
And so town nodes are going to be between 1 and 4% because of that sliding scale of how much is being released. Right. So you're not adding this mass amount of town into the ecosystem.
Yeah.
There was a question: will they be placeable in Townstar? I'm pretty sure that's a no. They're a license, not like an NFT.
How do I turn on sound? A couple people are saying they're not able to hear us for some reason, but everyone said that they could. So I don't know how you turn on sound. I don't know what you're watching us on. And I don't know how me answering that verbally is going to help you if you
I'm going to message and ask, where are you watching? And I'll answer another question. Someone was asking specifics of, what if we have 30 million people and is that going to mean 3 million nodes and all this other stuff? Don't know, right? A lot of this is subject to change based on how it goes. So we're putting in a structure that we believe allows for growth without oversaturating the ecosystem with too many nodes running at once.
Yeah, but to add to that, if there are 30 million daily active players, there's a chance that we could need 3 million nodes. And that's really what Doc's here to figure out. But it's that flexibility that Doc was talking about where it could be up to 3 million. It's a possibility. But that'd be pretty awesome if we had 30 million people earning on Townstar.
That would be epic. Cool. Sorry, Benefactor was messaging me, so I was typing back to him.
Is he trying to get in here? Everyone hide.
That floating AC outlet. Yeah, I'm sorry. Your immersion is broken. The sad thing about that stupid outlet back there and that little cable that connects to my heater is that I got chroma key green paint, but then when I put it on the plastic, it turned dark green, and so it stands out. It's terrible. It makes me very sad. But here, let me show you what this actually looks like. I'll go ahead and
oh yeah, that's nice.
Beautiful.
Right?
I need the green background, green screen background.
I
just need a quiet space.
I'll switch it to something a little bit here. There.
Can anybody hear any background noise from me, Doc, or Jason? Can you hear?
No, you're good, man.
There's somebody going crazy with the vacuum outside, so I don't know what they're doing.
It's okay.
I saw a question. It's been asked before, and it's a good time to answer it. People asking about physical CPU versus virtual CPU, and it's not that it must be a physical CPU. A virtual CPU is fine. And you might notice also that we don't explicitly say the architecture or generation or speed, right? These specs are a recommendation of what you're going to need to run it. At the end of the day, it's up to you to make sure that it can run it. That's our recommendation. But if you're running 10 other applications on that machine, taking up all the resources, even those recommended specs are not going to cut it. So virtual CPU is fine, but it's still up to you to make sure that it's powerful enough.
And yes, I am getting ready for full metaverse gaming.
Do that in a different voice, though.
In a different voice? You want?
Yeah.
I'm ready for full metaverse gaming. There you go.
Perfect.
Is that the voice you wanted?
That's what I want.
Okay, now I did it. Now you have to. You have what are you, Jesse? What are
I
you?
can't do that voice.
You have to do that voice. It's an amazing voice. You have to do it. Doc,
I'm a
you've heard
real
it.
boy.
There you go. That's right. Now this is funny because when we all met, some of the leadership of Gala Games, we all met together and we met Jesse. He's diminutive, but big in spirit.
Oh man.
And so that's why he does the Pinocchio voice. It's fun.
Well, that started at D&D actually. It started in our
It
D&D
did start at
sessions.
D&D. Oh God, they want me.
Yeah.
Oh no, now they want voices. 9. Okay, there. Bit off topic. Townstar related. Is the current game model going to be kept? So they're actually working right now very, very, very hard at creating a flow that introduces you to the game in an easier fashion. Because personally, my own experiences with playing Townstar were me hitting a brick wall freaking hard. And I had to nuke my initial town so many times. And so there's definitely room for improvement there, and that's something that they're working at a lot right now. Additionally, and this is actually something Carrie Allen sent me a question that somebody had. Actually, let me go pull up the exact question because it was definitely worth answering. And I hope whoever asked is in here. So basically, part of one of the questions for what went out with the OKX email was NFTs with a higher rarity level will yield more town coin after the game's goals have been reached. These goals will change over time. Now, I want to be clear, that's not the goal of Townstar as a game. Okay, that's the daily goal. Right now, the daily goal is to reach 1,000 points within the game. That could change to produce X number of whatever product, or there are many, many things that could be done in terms of the game for that, and I hope that helps you understand that specific thing.
I'll answer part of a question I think might have been in there too.
Sure.
It's talking a lot about, at least as I kind of interpret it, why don't you make this game appeal to the masses more? And I mean, we want to have lots of different types of games. There's people who really don't like games that are super easy. You start it and you click and you win. There's people who won't play a game that's more complicated than 3 or 4 buttons on the screen, right? We want to have lots of games on the platform and lots of different opportunities for people to come and enjoy playing those games.
Yeah, there you go. So, and also to be clear here, what happens to the Townstar nodes if the DAU drops enough to where there isn't a need for all of the town nodes running? These nodes have multiple purposes. It's not just for the distribution of content or the supporting of the game itself, but individual Townstar node operators will be able to use those to run their towns. And if they want to run their towns, then obviously they will want to do that and they will keep them running. So it's not like we're going to nuke somebody's, license because, we feel that there's too many nodes. That's not going to be a thing that happens.
Yeah, and that's also why we picked 10% because it gives us some wiggle room. I mean, I don't think that's going to happen. I actually am very bullish on this gameplay and what's going to ultimately happen with this game. But being at 10% gives us room, and we're not always saying that we're going to be at max 10%. That's just the most that we can release at a time.
And I think that even just the competitive versus the play to earn, it's a very different play style. Just being able to casually log in, check your town, keep things around a bit versus really going for it. So I think that there's different ways that people can engage with it.
Townstar Game Passes for Season 2. Gala or Town? Probably Town would be my guess. I don't know though.
Why not both?
Why not both? Look at you building bridges. Okay, and what was the other question here? Okay, so there is, just to be very clear, the concept of free nodes has disappeared. And that was one of the posts that was posted on our blog the other day. That's no longer a thing that is currently going to be happening, probably at all. So just note on that. And will the Miranda's Fox be able to earn town coins? No idea. Will the Townstar nodes get dropped as Townstar NFTs? Would you like to talk about this, Jesse?
Sure. They are not going to be dropped themselves as Townstar NFTs. We will be sending out kind of placeholder NFTs that are going to be very clear that they're non-transferable. Well, they're transferable, right? But the license isn't transferable with them. It's just a placeholder for the ones that are dropped to the node network to say you're going to get a license, and then we'll fulfill that. But it's mostly just going to be fun, but they will not themselves be NFTs.
And will not be transferable.
Yes. Yeah.
So if it drops to you, it's yours. If you try to sell that, flip that, or someone tries to tell you, hey, come buy mine, it's not going to work. Don't do it. Don't
Sad face, you get nothing.
What I really do hope is that these silly NFTs that are going to be benchmarks for, you're getting that license, just become random collectibles one day where people just want them for absolutely no reason, even though they mean nothing. That would be cool.
Yeah, I'll answer Punjab's question a bit, because this also came up over the weekend, a bit on the node ecosystem. Has it changed much? It depends on which old diagram you're talking about. And Jason was just mentioning this about the free nodes. There's actually been a few old diagrams.
Yeah.
What I would say is that the idea of the network has fundamentally not changed. There are founders nodes. They are the best nodes. They are going to be the ones supporting the platform. And there has always been a plan and design that there will need to be additional types of nodes to support other parts of the network. And that's what we're starting to put in place and to get ready for, instead of letting everything run up against the wall and crash and then figure out how to start scaling. We're trying to trickle that in now with some additional node types for games as they come along.
Yeah.
Oh, just to add on, I was just noticing the chat. It looks like maybe I misinterpreted the question. It's, will the nodes get random NFTs for Townstar? And the answer to that is not generally. I mean, it might once or twice happen for fun or something, but yeah, they will not be getting NFTs. The only nodes right now that are getting NFTs are founders nodes.
At BitBender, can you confirm that you only read the questions from here? There are a lot of questions on other medias. Maybe we should tell them. Oh, yeah. So right now, and as it says in the stream, we're taking questions in the Founders Nodes channel in our Discord at galagames.chat. Thank you very much, Phoenix, for reminding me to say that. So if you would like to ask a question, and you're probably posting it on Twitch or YouTube or something like that, join our Discord at galagames.chat, come down to the Founders Nodes channel and ask it. Okay, so Kronos, why another node and not using the Gala nodes for Townstar? I'm kind of rewording that question a little bit. With the founders nodes do certain things. As the ecosystem grows, they're going to support the network as a whole. They're eventually going to be a point where they're potentially, doing things like approving transactions. They have a governance role in the ecosystem. They serve a specific purpose. The problem is that as the games grow, there's really two problems. The first is that you're going to have a whole bunch of different random things that have to happen on the network. So let's say, hypothetically speaking, that you have a game kind of like Minecraft. Okay, Minecraft uses a lot of procedurally generated terrain, right? So you start the game, You go wandering in a direction and stuff just kind of happens in front of you. Now, this is something that you could potentially assign to a node and have a node produce for that player. But the problem is you can't really have the node produce that for a player if the node is also keeping track of Townstar earnings and running somebody's town and running a spider tank game and doing all of these different things. You just have this massive mishmash of a bunch of different stuff. And then how do you spread that across the network? So what you end up having to do is you end up having to segment this work into usable workloads, okay, that perform certain tasks. So some things will run a Townstar workload that will allow people to run their own towns. Some things will run a spider tank garage. Some things will run other types of nodes and workloads. They're really workloads, but we're referring to them as nodes because it's easy for people to understand. And that's why we can't run it all across a single network. It's just too much stuff going on all at once. And so this is where we have the different types of nodes that exist. Does that make sense? Anything you want to add to that, Doc?
Not me.
Oh, I forgot the second thing. I said two things. And the second thing is that right now, a lot of what you're seeing, okay, specifically when it comes to Townstar and Mirandus, okay, we have a lot of flexibility with Townstar and Mirandus because we're the ones building Townstar and Mirandus, okay? So this is why, back in the day, we could give a certain amount of Gala for people who would play Townstar, right? But the problem is as we work towards the goal of a fully permissionless, decentralized ecosystem where other game developers can, come on and build their own things, we can't sort of be the gate for that. We can't run everything across, the Gala, the Gala founders nodes, because maybe they want to have their own stuff. Maybe they want to have a workload that isn't something that we necessarily support, or maybe they need to have a super intense workload that requires tons of computational power, and it isn't something that we could even run on the founders node network. They have to have the ability to spin up their own network that will serve those, or their own workloads essentially, that will run across the network for people who would like to run them. And so that's why we end up having to have this segmentation. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, let's see. If I'm not an active Townstar player and only want the Townstar node to be rewarded town, I personally wouldn't do that. You should run it to actually run your town eventually.
And just as a caveat, that is the goal, right?
Right.
If we do it and it doesn't work and it breaks the game, and we were very clear in the FAQ about that, we're going to think of something else that it's going to be doing. It just might not do that, but that is the current plan. And Doc's a champion. He's going to make it happen.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I really appreciate you, Roger, for saying, as a teacher, I would go mad to answer the same questions all the time for people that don't read. 99% of these questions are already answered in the FAQ today. Please tell people to read. Yes, guys, please go read. I do appreciate that, Roger. Thank you.
When read.
Yeah.
The thing I was going to throw in there, and I'm going to put with a giant banner that this is all purely speculation, and it's not guaranteed in the roadmap. But if you consider a piece of software that's running and actively keeping your town up, it could do some pretty cool things that you wouldn't be able to do if you had your town down. It's not a promise, but one possible thing is, what if there were push notifications in the game? Tell you that, hey, by the way, your lumber just filled up. Your town's running over on this machine and your lumber's full. You might want to log in and do something about that. Just having this piece of software running opens up a lot of opportunities. And that's kind of what we're excited about, to be able to work in this compartmentalized space, to have the town node do what it does without impacting other components in the network.
Well said. Blotter asks, will it be possible to use town coins from the chest / Gala chain without minting these coins to Ethereum? Eventually, yes, absolutely. 100%. That is a thing that we want to do. Tomo, that was something that we had originally discussed, but it isn't going to work in the long-term ecosystem. And question, will the Townstar nodes have the same referral reward? No, there are no referral systems in place for Townstar nodes whatsoever. Okay, let's see.
Win Gala chain, win Gala chain.
Win Gala chain, win Gala chain. No, this is the nodes. This is a nodes.
Win Gala
AMA,
chain.
people.
I can tell
I
you
want to
the
know when
year.
Gala chain.
I'll tell you the year. Is that good enough for everyone?
A year? There's 365 days in it.
I said the year. I'll tell you which year it will land. Is that good enough?
Let's go for it.
This is
You
gonna be
can go for it.
I mean,
If I cover my ears, no one else can hear, right? Is
yeah,
that how that
exactly.
works?
Right.
Yeah, that's how that works.
We are targeting 2022. So not this year, but next year.
Good thing nobody heard that.
Nobody did. It's totally safe. When you integrate with Meta,
I think after they throw me out of the building, that's roughly when that'll happen.
it's integrating with the concrete is what you refer to that as.
They're already speculating that it's January 1st of 2022.
It's jet. Oh
They're
God.
gonna have a whole New Year's Eve party planned out and everything, right?
When eat steak and lobster with green team. Man, I don't get to have steak and lobster. I would love for somebody to get me some steak and lobster.
Okay, we've had steak together
We have had steak
With-
together. That is true.
with the green team, just no lobster.
There was no lobster. That is true. I'm not a huge lobster fan though. It's like a big gigantic ocean bug.
And shrimp are just tiny ocean bugs.
They're
so
tiny
tasty,
ocean
though.
bugs, but that's more palatable somehow. Okay.
This is what everyone wants to hear. That's what they want. They came to listen to.
TJ Sorensen. It says there are 5 nodes left at 31K, but the price went up $500 on the website. The price may or may not have actually gone up. The way that the pricing works is it queries once an hour and updates the price. So if you happen to get, if the query happened at a, peak or a valley, then that can change how that, shows up. It is suboptimal, but there is no way you can really do it live without everything sort of catching on fire. Are there more plans to get... oh my god, that is a giant lobster. That is disturbing.
Oh,
Are there
Or a
more
very
plans to
small
get...
person.
What was that? Or a
Or
small
very
person?
Small person. You don't know.
Oh, that's true.
Oh.
He does kind of look Jesse-sized.
I'm gonna cry tonight. That's what's gonna happen.
You're gonna cry? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sorry. He's not that small. It's okay.
Thank you. That's gonna go on my tombstone. He wasn't that small.
Ouch. Should I get steak and tiny ocean bugs for a meal
Yes.
at Into the Galaverse? Yes, I should. What happens if the number of players temporarily falls below the 10% threshold of the nodes? I don't see how that would even be possible. How would that even
So
be
it's
possible?
the question is, so it's the node count is based on the highest number of daily active earners. So let's say, it was 10,000 and there's 1,000 nodes out there, but the next day there was 9,500. There would still be that 1,000 nodes. You don't take people's nodes away or drop down. It's based on the highest number of daily active earners. And the goal is an upward trajectory of people playing the game.
There you go. Raul, is it expected to have nodes for every game? Maybe not every game, but for quite a few of them, because there's specific functionality that they do serve. Oh, branded NFTs. Sorry, I didn't answer your question, artist. I kind of got distracted, I think, by lobsters or something like that. Will there be branded NFTs in games? If somebody happens to have that IP and it's awesome and they want to do something cool with it with us, I don't see a problem with that. Obviously, we're not going to just put branded NFTs in games without permission. That's LawTank would not permit that at all. Am I correct, Jesse?
Not unless they're my face. I would
Exactly.
permit that.
Okay.
Yeah, otherwise
That's
no.
that's not at all creepy. That's totally an uncreepy thing.
That would
So I love the idea. So if somebody has connections with somebody who would have amazing IP that would work nicely, like I'd love to put like an actual legitimate John Deere tractor into Townstar. That'd be super cool. So if somebody knows those guys, let's make that happen. But you know, on our own, just like arbitrarily, no.
I would love to see like a Mount Rushmore style NFT thing where you just pick random heads and just stack them all up in your town, make your own little monument there, wherever you like best. Jesse, Jason, benefactor, I don't know who else.
I don't know.
I think people,
Affiliate.
I think most people would do 4 of me. I think
Yeah.
that's what I
most
would
people would.
Yeah.
Make your
Yeah.
best Mount Rushmore face, Jesse. Let's see it. That's that is a guy looking out his window at the kid who's like walking on his lawn.
That's how I spend most of my days.
There
Get off
you
of my
go.
lawn. Yeah.
Okay. Senpai Mu or Mew says, has there been advancement on the ability to mint NFTs for node operators? I'm assuming node owning a node does nothing. Operating a node can potentially do something. Operators in the future sent more node types are being sold. Generally speaking, the way that you get NFTs is through or that you could get NFTs is through the operation of the founders nodes. There may be occasional drops to those operating specific game nodes, but generally speaking, that is not the plan. The founders nodes, I just really want to drive this point home, and I say this being one of the persons who is going to be standing in line to try to get a Townstar node, because I would love to be able to, let my town run without me having to babysit it constantly. I will try to get one of those. But founders nodes are where it's at. If you want to have a say in the ecosystem, that is what you want. The game specific nodes do specific things for those games, and if those things are valuable to you, then maybe they'll be useful.
So go ahead.
Sorry, I was just looking at Doodle's thing. I was going to go back and answer his question, but I kind of lost it.
Yeah, I'll answer it now that he decided to take the dig out of it. It's super fun, you guys, when you ask us a question that's got some snarky comment in there. And yeah, that's my favorite type of question. So your question is basically, why do I want town? I mean, if you don't want it, you can send it to me. I'm good with that. And the other real answer is that we're only scratching the surface of what you can do with town. You can already buy NFTs only with town. That's a good reason to have it. You can trade it with other people. It's an ERC20 token.
You can do all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and more will come once we're out of the extortionate gas fee Ethereum network. So, I mean, how are you going to load up your NFTs or upgrade them or do anything with that if you have to pay gas fees to do it? So we're doing what we can now without killing everyone with gas fees, and we'll add more functionality as we can.
How important is the priority list is Townstar nodes being able to host multiple town game states? That's a cool question. You want to take that, Doc?
Sure. So internally, we refer to the nodes as version numbers. So what everyone is currently downloading from the website is called version 1. What we have pinned as in the Discord as a beta node is the very, very early version of version 2, which has IPFS support for DCDN. And what we're releasing this week, or yeah, probably this week, a new version that has even better support for the DCDN and the ability to compartmentalize the workloads or the types of nodes you would be running. Version 3, which is what's going to get underway after we launch this, is what will be required to run those towns and what will be required to do a node for any other type of game, whether that's spider tanks or any unannounced games right now. So it is of the highest priority, I would say, after this current node release to get towards version 3 nodes, and there's an entire node team that's what they do, is they work on that.
Sorry, typing.
I'm pretty pumped for it, Doc. I'm pretty pumped for
It's
what
gonna
you're
be
going to
cool.
build. Yeah. So no stress. You got this.
BB pounding on that keyboard. Sorry, guys. And the funny thing is I got the Steel Series Quiet keyboard. This is the quiet one.
Yeah.
My other one runs like MX Cherries, and it sounds like I'm beating on a 1940s typewriter.
I was gonna say you when I hear you type, I think of that cat going like this, and then GamerZone365 actually posted that in the chat. It's exactly what I think of every time I hear. Yeah.
Oh, Senpai. So basically, he asked a question: will the founders nodes be? Will you be able to sell them or transfer them? That's still a thing that we definitely would like to do. It is dependent on regulatory approval, getting things to work, and there may potentially be, in the event that does happen, which again is a goal, there may have to be some sort of KYC process that happens, but that's a future thing. Not sure when that will happen.
Yeah, and it's a lot about the regulation of NFTs. We're not really sure 100% where that's going to go. I mean, we're pretty we're getting involved in that front, with the Blockchain Association, and it's quite amazing. But even Congress, I'm talking to a lot of people that's talking to Congress. They're not sure how they're going to regulate it right now, and so we can't make those promises until we have a better sense of what's actually going to happen and what the roadmap looks like, in the future.
Right. I'm trying to show you guys my mic. I actually run one of the Rode NT1s. I freaking love it. But I hope it's not too quiet or something. Will Gala have its own real metaverse? What is a real metaverse? I love the I love the idea of metaverse. I love the idea of it being real. I think
we have one coming up.
We kind of do, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
Gala.
Called the Galaverse.
Yeah.
But are tickets still available?
Burn, baby, burn.
Did we
When
burn
is
them
that
already?
happening?
I think she's getting her blowtorch ready. I'm not sure.
Oh shit. Okay,
Oh,
guys.
Where are you, Bucks?
Flamethrowers.
Bucks,
So-
you burning them?
Yeah, Bucks. You in here, Bucks?
You burning them? When burn?
Bucks. Hold on. I summon Bucks. Let's see if it works. So, let's see. Aw, there's a little pink engineer. I love it. Apparently no Bucks. Maybe she's busy burning them right now. The thing is I purchased tickets to this event for some friends of mine that I really
Me too.
want to come. And it was important enough for me to spend a considerable amount of Gala to get them for these people, because I really want them to be there and to experience everything that's going to be there. And yeah, if those tickets are still available and you want to come, then you should consider that. Once they burn, there is no option.
Jason, that was so vague.
I know, right? I'm trying not. Can I say that you should get a ticket if you want to come? Am I allowed to say that?
Can you say you should get a ticket if you want to come? You could certainly say that.
Okay. Well.
You should get a ticket if you want to come.
Okay. Well, if you want to come, you should get a ticket.
I think you should just ask the general question and you'll get the resounding answer from people in chat. Have you ever really kicked yourself for not buying something we sold? Me?
Um,
Yes.
I
Yeah. Here's the
tickets.
thing,
Who
though,
needs
is all
tickets?
three of us here have bought tickets for other people, so that
Yeah,
should show something, you know.
yeah.
And we don't get like Jason, Jesse, and I, we don't get like NFTs dropped to our nodes special or even
No, we
anything like
don't.
that. So anything that we want, we have to go and get too. And
Yeah.
me having been in the community before I got hired, I still like dream about seeing that page with all those Miranda steeds and how many there were. And I was like, oh no, not for me. And then like, oh wow.
Right? Right? I very much regret some of the not purchases that I have not made. Or wait, the not purchases I have made. I've made not purchases.
You have not made not purchases.
I'm very
Not
confused.
not-
I'm very
Are you-
confused. It's been
Are
a
you
long
drinking,
day.
Jason? Are you drinking?
I have
heavily?
coffee. I have coffee, but I did start my day at 3:30 with an AMA for the Korean community. And I'm an early riser, but damn, 3:30 in the morning is a rough time to get ready to talk to people. And then, you know, you have to like turn it on like a bazillion watts all at once. Like, annyeonghaseyo, good morning, everybody. And when you have to have that kind of energy at 4 a.m. when the AMA starts, it's hard. This is my third televised broadcast today, and it's kicking me.
I don't ever have that kind of energy.
More
You
questions?
don't actually. You really don't. That's true. That's
I'm
true.
basically
me
never up at
excited.
3:30.
Yeah.
Unless I'm still awake. Like I can stay up, you know, a couple days. I cannot get up at 3:30. It's not happening.
I did look a tad tired on the Korean AMA, dude. I was absolutely exhausted. The baby did not do the sleeping thing very well last night, and I actually missed my alarm. And then, you know, my wife's like, "Don't you have that thing that you're supposed to do?" And I'm like, "Ugh," and then ran down the hallway and threw myself sideways into my desk and started.
So Derek Juice Pigs, we all know who that is, said he'll buy a ticket if you'll be his personal tour guide.
I have no idea who Juice Pigs is. Do I know who Juice Pigs is?
You know who Juice Pigs is.
You know
I
who
do.
Juice Pigs is.
I do? Maybe, okay.
I don't. The thing is, as I understand, well, actually, I'm not sure if we've announced that yet, so I can't say that. Never mind.
Shh.
Sorry.
No leaks. This was supposed to be a no leaks.
Oh, he changed his name. Oh, someone else changed their name. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I would know that. Baby's awesome. Thank you. Okay.
asked
Okay,
you a
so
question like
the question is, if I can't go to Vegas, should I buy a ticket? I can't tell you what you should do, but I don't know exactly what the schedule is. But if there were to be, I don't know. How do I answer that question, Jesse?
You don't.
LawTank. Okay, never mind. I'm not answering your question. I apologize.
I finally got I got to stop a leak. That's amazing. That's so much fun.
You feel good? Do you feel
Yeah,
good?
I'm so
Are you happy? Are you happy with
It's the
yourself
happiest
now?
I've been in my life. Should I start dancing? You think I should do that?
You should do the shoulder dance. Everybody wants to see you do the shoulder. There you go. There it is. I'm a non-U.S. citizen. Should I still buy it? Do you want to come? I mean, if you want to come, I don't care where you're from.
Just be cognizant of the restrictions that you might have to, the hoops you might have to jump through to get
Yeah.
to the country.
But to be clear, I have no control over those, so I can't help you. Like,
You don't stand at the border.
No, don't show up at like Customs and Border Patrol and be like, yeah, well, BitBender said. That will not get you very far at all, and it will probably make my life more difficult.
They're probably gonna think you're some sort of drug lord, like BitBender. What does this person have a real name?
Will some of okay, so here's the deal with live streaming. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of live streaming happening. There's going to be a lot of content creators that some of you guys recently defunded that will be there, that will probably be live streaming, and will sorry, I had to get it in there, Jesse. I'm sorry. Who will be live streaming. And I think that parts of it we may be live streaming, question mark. I honestly don't know. It's way bigger than me. So I don't know whether we will or not, but I know that the 13th is going to be an online event that that will be live streamed, and tickets will be available for that at some point in time in the near future. When more info on the Monday of Galaverse? I think that's after Bucks's burning party.
I guess people are over town notes. They're just done with them now. Heard enough.
Heard enough. Any other questions? Oh, that is it. That is it. Those are creepy eyebrows, man.
You like the juice.
Someone just tagged me.
So scary. Would somebody say something else, please? I can't. Okay. How much merch can we buy? Yes.
All of it. Yeah.
I guess only the Sunday tickets are still there. Someone tagged me, Captain Nike Sparrow.
Will we see anything happening on the Songbird network so that we stop paying ETH gas fees? It doesn't make much sense for us to bridge to Songbird before Gala Chain is deployed. So probably not. We do have some people that are looking at it and, learning how it works and whatnot, that will eventually go into making the bridges from Gala Chain out, but it wouldn't make sense to do it the other way around. So I'm sorry.
Someone asked when drops to founders. If you're talking about the town nodes, the answer is Thune.
Thune. As long as that vote goes through.
Yeah. Which it looks like it pretty much has.
I think it's pretty close, but we have to let it finish.
But it depends. What you look at the numbers, and if you're past the point of whatever, we can probably call it early.
Yeah. Okay, and I'm sorry if you can hear Baby Beluga being sung in the background. I don't know if that's coming through my mic or not, but it's definitely a thing that's happening here. Did you really?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I have 2 passes and rooms for each day I want to give to people. Can you do some sort of thing to make a contest or something? Oh, I think you would need to do that yourself as long as you haven't redeemed the code. I can't stop you from doing that, I don't think. I certainly don't have time to put too much thought into it.
Yeah, I don't think we as a company can do it for you. But you should certainly consider doing it yourself.
Yeah. X3, how is node decentralization beneficial to the game's ecosystem? I believe in decentralization, but I want to hear about how you're thinking about it. So ultimately, in the long run, and this is a gigantic philosophical question, right? Ultimately, in the long run, we want to see a fully decentralized, permissionless network that game companies can deploy to if they would like. We believe in ownership of in-game assets, and the network of nodes that makes this possible is absolutely critical to the long-term success. It's very easy, relatively speaking, to stand up a database and say, look, I've given, X number of swords, give them to people, and then, basically have that be it, and you mint as many as you want, and there is no provable scarcity and, no provable ownership. We don't like that, and the nodes are critical to enabling that part of the future. Does that answer your question? I hope it does. No shoes, no shirt allowed at Galaverse. If you are wearing flip-flops and a jacket, I'm sure that would probably qualify. Okay, guys. Gala is basically Steam on steroids, real talk. We're working on it. Real
talk.
X3, to be honest, I was a little worried that the ecosystem is not permissionless yet, so glad to hear. Full decentralization is obviously, complete decentralization is obviously a goal that we're pushing at as quickly as we possibly can. But the reality is that At a certain point in time, there has to be a degree of organization that makes things possible and, pushes that forward and advances that agenda. So that's definitely like something we're critically working on. What is a Ziggy NFT? Mango Unchained has asked this like 48 times in this AMA. I don't know what that is.
Oh, it's that Faz stuff. Faz's NFTs.
Oh,
Yeah,
those.
maybe, or are those zip bugs? I don't know.
No,
maybe.
Ziggy. I thought Ziggy was like the little cartoon character that was always like sort of depressed and low energy.
Yeah, no, Faz's are zip bugs. I don't know what
I don't know what a Ziggy is.
Yeah.
Ziggy the black cat. There's a black cat Ziggy. I'm googling black cat Ziggy right now. Black cat Ziggy. There's a Zipster. Ziggy Marley. No, I feel like Ziggy Marley is Huh. I was unaware that this was a thing, and it still brings up Ziggy Marley. Oh, Lucas's cat. Oh, that Ziggy. Okay, yeah, sorry. I would like that. And
so one of the questions that Rolo asked about essentially what happens to a game if what happens to a node if the game stops, right? I think the same question would actually go for the currency or any other aspect of it,
yeah.
Right? If something stops or fails, then that's obviously not a good thing, and we can make no guarantees that they won't. We hope they won't. We are designing everything in our best ability to make sure they're successful, which is, well, now I won't go into that. So I think that also depends on how is the game decentralized, right? If a game is decentralized that the server actually runs on the nodes, then potentially that could still run, but that's up to the game developer who develops that game and how they license it. Much like you can buy an NFT that lets you own that NFT, but it doesn't mean you own the rights to what that NFT represents. So it really depends on the games that come to the network and how they structure themselves. And we're just trying to establish the platform to provide lots of cool tools, parts, and pieces for them to build decentralized games on blockchain.
Yeah, and the important add-on to that also is if the game isn't being hosted anymore or being played, there's no one earning off of it. There's no one actually playing it to earn. And if there's no one playing to earn, there's nothing being distributed to nodes. So you still have your license. It's just not really, unfortunately, not going to do much for you.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of part of it.
Well, guys, I think that let's see if there's a couple more interesting questions. If there's anything else that we can answer, and then we need to wrap it up because we all have other meetings that we're supposed to get to. Like, all of us, I think.
And we're meeting together, Jason, in 1 minute. So
I know.
if you're late, I'll dock your pay.
Damn it. Terrible. He's such a terrible taskmaster. That is such a creepy little kid face.
Oh no, that's that kid from the baseball game.
I know. Okay, guys. Oh, beer time. I wish it was beer time. It's totally not. But anyway, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate you taking the time to chat with us and to ask questions and give us the opportunity to answer them. Hopefully we did so to your satisfaction. If you are listening and you have not yet joined our Discord and you've been asking questions furiously in a Twitch stream or in Twitter or in YouTube or in Theta, and we haven't answered your question, that's because we weren't reading them. They're in the Discord. So join our Discord at galagames.chat. So this is me, Jason BitBender Brink, signing off with Doc and LawTank, Jesse Hynes, and we will catch up with you guys soon. Any last words, guys?
Last words.
Should I just keep streaming? We'll stream our next meeting, Jesse?
I think everyone wants to hear about it.
I think that'd be fun, right?
It's a pretty big deal.